gonna do now?
What you gonna do now, Myles? What you gonna do now, Myles?
Pile driver.
Pile driver.
What is happening, people? It is Uncle Nick, and I'm here with Myles and Brian. So you probably saw the video with Myles on Brian's channel, and what that was, it was pretty much covering...
Yeah, pretty much just talking about Myles' training history. So we want to go a little bit in depth prior to that.
Yes. So what we're gonna do on this video is basically the backstory with me and Myles. I did a backstory with Brian and I, but me and Myles go back to high school. We actually went to high school together. You went to West Middle too, right?
Yeah,
we went to the same middle school, so we've known each other for a very long time. Myles has actually always been very active with the sports teams at the high school, and I think you still do that stuff, right?
Yeah, I still go to the football games.
Yeah, he still goes to the football games and does photography and stuff like that. Hey, Kona. And he's still very involved with all that, but he's always been an inspiration to us in school and all kinds of other stuff. So we basically got to know each other just from being in school and around each other all the time.
We had one class together.
Yeah, we had a class together, and we've kind of stayed in touch ever since. And then I reached out to you. You asked me about lifting, and I invited him to the gym, and now he's a regular 3 days a week.
Yeah.
How we run his training, basically, so there's the daily workouts on the website. So what his workout schedule isn't 4 days, it's 3 days a week, because that's what his schedule allows. And what I do is I run it off of how I run my training. A deadlift day, an overhead day, a squat day, and a bench day. And they rotate out, but he never misses a training day. So even though he's training 3 days a week, he picks up right where he's left off the next day. So, and if that day falls on the same type of program or lift as the class, then I just integrate him with the class. See, we've gradually worked up to the point where we can just throw you in with the group and you can do 90% of the workout.
It's no problem.
And hit all your reps, and you're getting strong enough now, we can actually do percentage work, so we can actually program them the way we would program somebody here. And what have you noticed is the biggest help for you physically with your cerebral palsy through the lifting?
Just learn how to control. The big thing, like when I first started, I had no control whatsoever over my movements and my lifting. And Nick has shown me how to control the bar and how to lift. And it's just been so helpful.
So the biggest struggle with him is like the small stuff, like tying his shoes is not a task that is easy for him if he can do it at all. So it's the little things like that, getting down and getting his hands even on the bar. That stuff is difficult for him. So his setup takes longer, the progression takes a little longer, which is where most people would give up because he has to put in more time to get the same result as your average person. So that means he wants it more than most people.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, and that's why we love him.
It's more effort, more time, more focus, everything per lift.
Yeah.
You gotta have more patience.
Yeah.
Patience is the key.
And you put 60 pounds on your deadlift since you started coming here.
Yeah.
I would say your biggest weakness is the pressing because of the lack of stability. So pressing naturally takes stability, whether you're benching or overhead. And those are, now, for most part, I can, within your 70 to 80% range, anything under 70% definitely, I can pretty much let you press away by yourself now, and which is a huge improvement because he's strong, but it comes down to stability. If you're familiar with bar path, if you've ever tried to press something and it gets out in front and it doesn't go up, that's a struggle for him every rep, is that stability. So there will be some reps where it flies up and it just happens to be in that groove, and then he'll do another rep with that same weight and it's a grinder or he fails on it because of that stability. But every time you do it, you get better.
Yeah.
It's definitely the challenge because there's weights, like you struggled on stone forever, and it had nothing to do with the weight of the stone. Like you were plenty strong to lift the stone, it was just getting it, putting all the pieces together.
Trying to get it against my
Yeah.
chest.
Yep.
But you killed that.
Over.
Yep. Once you figured it out what you needed to do, because part of it is not only is he pushes us to learn, he pushes himself to learn. Because how I would typically coach somebody into doing a stone, I had to kind of go back to the drawing board and think about it a completely different way, so that he was able to understand and grasp it. And as far as he learned it every time he picked up that stone, it was a learning experience because he had to figure out how to come and attack it at a different way. And he eventually figured it out, and he's a natural at it. What do you think? So your favorite event you said on his video was the kegs.
Yeah.
What's your favorite normal lift? Like not strongman. Barbell.
By deadlift.
I figured you were gonna say that.
Deadlift. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's times on his deadlift where when it's in the groove, like
Smokes it.
he kind of floats around and waits for the groove, right?
Yep.
And then once the bar's there, he goes, right? And sometimes he's still learning that. So I'm still learning my groove on the deadlift. So you learn every single time, but when it's in the groove, the amount of weight this dude can move is astounding. Like you'd never believe it. It just comes out of nowhere, and then it's awesome.
So what would your message be for those out there that are fighting the same fight you're fighting?
Get uncomfortable.
Get uncomfortable.
Yeah, if you don't get uncomfortable and take risks, you're not gonna grow.
Yep.
The whole point is taking a risk is to grow.
You've heard me say it 1,000 times. Get uncomfortable. Shit.
Get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Personal jinx, you want me to cook?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Comfortable with being uncomfortable.
But it is funny because everyone from the national champ to Myles to me, who's just coming off this big injury, like all of us, it's the same message. Whether it be in photography, whether it be in lifting, whether it be dealing with disability, it's always about getting uncomfortable, like getting outside your comfort zone, because that is the only place where you get better. It really is, and it's super scary, right? It's super scary to like take that risk. But the second, once you've done it, you're so thankful and you feel like so happy that you actually took the time to try something new and do something new. I should probably go check that out. You guys continue.
So we've known each other for well over 10 years. We kind of lost touch when I joined the military. I lost touch with a lot of people just because deployment and things like that. You're gone. You're busy. But we definitely reconnected with this whole gym thing.
Yeah, you asked me to take a picture.
Yeah.
One event.
And then he came out, and then he started popping in the gym, and then next thing you know, he's doing strongman, and we're trying to get him ready for his first powerlifting competition. So it's onward and upward for you. The sky's the limit.
Sky!
I can't thank you enough.
Dude, you're the one doing all the work, man. I'm just pointing you in the right direction. That was smooth. I just point you in the right direction, and I watch you set it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know my outro?
You don't watch your videos. You don't watch my videos.
No one watches your videos.
That's true. There's 10 people who are really offended right now.
Get out and get in it.
Get out there, get after it, and embrace suck. And then you gotta throw your hat at the camera.
What?
And then you gotta throw your hat at the camera. All you, killer.
Get out.
Get out there.
Get out there.
Get after it.
Get out there.
And what?
Embrace yourself.
Now throw your hat.
Hiya!